if it's a poster design, a business card, a package design, or a funny birthday card. These two trends give you, the designer, a lot of choice. We're talking about the design trends of 1. Folk botanical, and 2. Vivid minimalism. Now let's take a look at why these trends are just so useful on your graphic designs. First up, vivid minimalism. Now if you're someone who finds minimalist graphic design kind of boring, then vivid minimalism might actually just be for you. Now, vivid minimalism is really beginning to take off as a graphic design trend, and it combines the simplicity of minimalist design with bold and bright colors to create visually striking designs. Now it uses a lot of geometric shapes, clean lines, and limited color palettes that often just include 1 or 2 bold colors with contrast in neutral or white backgrounds. Well, typically anyway. But here are 4 reasons why you probably should care about this design trend. 1. It creates strong visual impact and helps to draw attention to key elements on your graphic designs. 2. The simple and uncluttered design style can be quite effective for conveying information quickly and efficiently. This makes it really useful for marketing and branding materials. As you can see here, this keen cosmetics design hits the nail right on the head really easily and effectively. And number 3, it's really good for digital design. Typically, vivid minimalism is good for digital designs where bold and bright colors can actually help designs stand out on small screens. And it might even help stop users scrolling endlessly across their phones. And number 4, yeah, it's versatile. It's pretty versatile. And that's something all UI designers want. So the vivid minimalism trend can actually be applied to various different design applications. It's really easy to use and it's really easy to apply to designs. But of course, it still requires an eye for design on the designer's part. However, your brief and your design message, along with the target audience, should align with the need for this trend to be relevant in your project. But here are some pro tips that you can use and take away from this video and actually make use of this trend on your designs really effectively. 1. Start with a focal point and the key essential information. From there, you can then work around it to emphasize the important info. 2. Be consistent. Use consistent colors, typography, and design elements throughout your design to create a cohesive and harmonious outcome. Nobody wants to look at a design that lacks a running theme, trust me. And the third pro tip is that negative and white space are going to be your best friends when it comes to this design trend. Even Gumroad have shown a great way to use vivid minimalism on their design, and this webpage style has stuck in my head for the longest time at this point. Oh, and by the way, you can actually grab my logo design guide on Gumroad. And yeah, okay, it is a shameless plug, but that's only because this design guide actually does rock. Okay, so what about the other trend, folk botanical? So this graphic design trend is characterized by the use of intricate patterns, vibrant colors, and illustrations of flora and nature in general. But hey, you're thinking to yourself, why should I care? Why should I care about this trend? Well, here are 4 good reasons to consider this style on your relevant briefs for future design projects. Well, number 1, it's pretty timeless. The folk botanical trend has been around for centuries and has stood the test of time pretty well. It comes and it goes, sure, but right now it's back in a big way. And number 2, actually conveys a strong sense of authenticity, which is pretty crucial in certain situations. The folk botanical trend is rooted in traditional crafts and techniques, which can actually add a sense of authenticity and heritage to a design. This is especially useful when you're working on something like an organic product or products that are more expensive to the consumer. Number 3, it evokes a connection to nature. The use of flora and fauna in folk botanical designs can evoke a connection to nature and a sense of well-being, which can be appealing to consumers for certain products. Again, it comes down to your design, the brief, and the message that design wants to carry in relation to the brief. And 4, it's versatile. The folk botanical trend can be used on various different design applications such as packaging design, web design, branding, and marketing materials. Okay, cool, but what are actually some of the best practices for designers when using folk botanical design style on the designs? Intricate patterns are a big part of this style. Use botanical elements such as leaves, flowers, and vines to create these patterns that can actually be used on various design elements such as backgrounds, borders, and overlays. One hallmark of this style is that the folk botanical uses a lot of vibrant colours. But yeah, this doesn't actually need to be the case, but also a muted colour palette can work too, or even black and white. Also consider experimental typography because this is often seen in this trend. And yes, I am going to say it again, it depends on your brief and the message of your project. Now it doesn't need to make up your entire design. As you can see on this cosmetic packaging, the designer has used the botanical style as just one small part of the overall design, and in a refined and clever way to make some luxurious package design. And yes, this design style uses a lot of patterns on the actual graphics itself, and to save time, you can actually download things from a service such as Envato Elements. Scrolling through here, we can see how a lot of these design downloads would actually fit right into the folk botanical design style. Using something like Envato Elements just simply saves heaps of time when you're working on a project and your workflows. And specifically, Envato Elements has literally millions and millions of downloads open to graphic designers. And I myself use it every single day for downloads on my graphic design projects, but also for making video content right here on YouTube. Now you can check it out via the link in the description box below, but if you want to learn more about useful graphic design trends in 2023, just click that video on screen. And until next time guys, design your future today. Peace.